All right, now what if I want to find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, or the general term? So here I have the formula that I'm going to kind of follow. So again, we said that our arithmetic sequence is recursive, and we can find any term, such as the nth term, by this formula right here, a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times that common difference of d. So that's what we're going to use to find these two examples. The first one says find the 41st term of the sequence 2, 6, 10, 14, and 18. Well, in order to be able to apply this formula that we're supposed to be using, I need to know what a sub 1 is, as well as what d is. So we're going to look at the sequence that was already given to us. And I know that a1 is equal to 2 because it's the first number in my sequence, and I need to determine what is d. What is the difference as I move from each number in the sequence? So to get from 2 to 6, I have a difference of 4. 6 to 10, a difference of 4. 10 to 14, again a difference of 4. So you can see that the common difference between these numbers is 4. Now I'm being asked to find the 41st term of my sequence. So that says a to the 41st, or a sub 41, is equal to my first term 2 plus n, which in this case is 41, minus 1 times the common difference of 4. When I simplify that, that becomes 2 plus 40 times 4, or just 162. So we can find the 41st term in this sequence without having to expand the whole thing by using this formula here, and we found that when I do that, a of 40, or a sub 41, is equal to 162. All right, let's try that again in this particular example. This time I want to find the 51st term of the sequence, and I'm given a1 and d. So I don't have to do anything fancy with this one, do I? I don't have to try to find a1. I don't have to try to find the common difference. So I'm just going to apply this to the formula that was given. The formula says a sub n is 51, is equal to the first term plus 51 minus 1 times the common difference of 3. So this would be 2 plus 50 times 3, or in other words, 152. All right, let's look at another one. This one we want to find out. We kind of want to go in a different order here. I want to find the first term and the common difference if I am given some values out of the sequence. And then I want to go back and I want to kind of write the general form of the sequence, which is the recursive formula. So how do I go about doing that? Well, to begin with, I'm told that in this particular sequence that we're looking for, the 5th term is 4 and the 17th term is 28. So I am tasked with finding a1, I don't know what that is, and I don't know what d is. But I do know that the 5th term is 4, so we can write the 5th term by defining it as this. It's the first term plus n minus 1, which would be 4 times the common difference of d. And I know that that 5th term is 4. So maybe we can come up with the two equations and solve, right? I can do the same thing for the 17th term. A of 17 would be the first term plus 17 minus 1, which would be 16 times the common difference d. And I know that that 17th term is 28. So if you'll notice, I have two equations here with two unknowns. So I can take one of the equations and substitute it into the other equation to solve. So let's just take this equation right here. If I have a1 plus 4d is equal to 4, I can solve this equation for a1. That would be 4 minus 4d. Now that I know what a1 is, I can substitute a1 into this equation over here. So that would be 4 minus 4d plus the 16d in that equation is equal to 28. Now I have one equation in one variable and I can solve. So this would be 4 minus 4d plus 16d is equal to 28. And I'm going to combine these terms right here, so I get 12d on the left, and I'm going to subtract 4 to the right hand side, and I get 24. Divide both sides by 12, and I find out d is actually equal to 2. If I know that d is equal to 2, then I can substitute back in. Okay, I can substitute back in, and I'm going to do it right here. And I'm going to say, well, I want to say A1 is equal, no, I want to say A1 plus 4 times 2 equals 4. Because that is the equation that I had up there. Let me give myself some more room here. So when I solve for A1, by subtracting 8 to the right hand side, I find out that A1 is equal to negative 4. So here, what did I find? I found out that d is 2, a1 is negative 4, which is what it asked me to do in the beginning. Find the first term and the common difference of the arithmetic sequence. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to then give the recursive formula for the sequence. The recursive formula came from the definition, the formal definition that we had up here. Right? So I know what A1 is now, and I am going to be able to write the general form of the nth term, given that I now know what D is. So we're going to go back down here, and the recursive formula for the sequence would look like this. A1, we already said, is negative 4, and A sub n is equal to A sub n minus 1 plus my common difference of 2, because there it was over there. So this is the second part of what my question wanted me to answer.